Hi there, join me in this video as we explore some different parts of Sorrento. So this is really a part 2 of my last video. I'm going to do something a little bit different though today. As well as exploring Sorrento, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set myself a challenge. So this is going to be the oranges versus lemons challenge, because whenever you go anywhere around Sorrento, you see lots of oranges and lemons either on trees or on ceramics or in shops. And so I'm going to photograph those and we're going to keep a tally up above of how many I see. So make your prediction now. Which will I see more of, oranges or lemons? I know which one I think because I've already been here for about a week, but you see what you think and see if you're right at the end. But either way, whatever happens this morning, I know that I'm going to enjoy my photography. Just before the video gets started, I want to let you know of a few ways that you can support the channel. There are lots of items in my Teespring store, and there's a link for that down below in the description. A really big thank you to everybody that's bought something. It's such a big help and it really is appreciated. You can also do all the stuff with the buttons down below, such as clicking like, subscribe and sharing the videos, and don't forget to click the bell. Thanks so much for watching. Now sit back and I hope you enjoy the video. So already this morning I've managed to get a few interesting shots because as I left the hotel the street lights were still on, so I've taken some low light shots of buildings and one of the churches in the middle of Sant Agnello, so that was quite interesting, so I'll show you those now. Then also, there's this building just here on the edge of a cliff, and somebody has built a viewing point so you can look down this little gully over the sea, and I've taken a nice shot of that as well. I found a really good location here overlooking the sea, and I've got this tree here in the foreground and then Vesuvius in the background, and handily there's a little bit of cloud just here. Now that's quite unusual this week to see any cloud in the sky, but it just makes for an extra bit of interest up in the sky to save it being completely bland. And because the sun isn't up yet, there's no harsh shadows, and so I quite like that one. It's quite a calm, serene composition. So hopefully the man with the strimmer won't be too distracting in this shot, but here I've set up a composition in two different ways. I've got a hotel here on this side and Vesuvius here on this side, and what I've done is I've done a portrait version and a landscape version just to try out which is best. In the landscape version I've also included a little boat that's out on the water, and that gives a nice panorama, but then also when I've turned it into portrait, the portrait version really shows the height of the cliff that this building here is on. So it's worth trying out both things just to see what you get. So the sky behind me is starting to do a few interesting things. It's not really spectacular, but the clouds have started to catch some of the colour from the sun that still hasn't risen here because it's behind some hills there over in the distance. But I've managed to get a panorama very quickly of the whole of the Bay of Naples, which is quite interesting. Then I've taken some smaller pieces like Vesuvius, and then I've also taken a shot across the sweep of Sorrento itself, and another one, the island of Capri, is over the water. Now at the moment it is in a lot of haze, but it makes for quite a pastel-y kind of artistic shot with the colour in the sky and the island of Capri at the bottom of the shot. Before I get lots of comments, I realise that this is not the island of Capri. On the morning that I filmed this, I wasn't really thinking very carefully. This is actually the island of Ischia. So I've just taken a shot from here, overlooking the sea with this pattern here on the floor, and as I was taking the shot, a cyclist came past. So I'll put both versions on the screen now, and you decide and let me know which one you prefer, with or without the cyclist. So it's very rare to get a view of the sea from this cliff because most of it's taken up by hotels or private gardens because it's all on the top of a cliff. So when you do get a view, quite often you get also tables that are part of the hotel garden. One thing that you can do if you're in a busy area and are stuck for some ideas for photographs is you can try some street photography. So try taking some pictures of people. It's not easy, I'm not very good at it, but here are some of my attempts. I haven't forgotten about my oranges and lemons challenge. I just got a little bit distracted by that light and the view over the Bay of Naples. But now the sun is getting a little bit higher, the colour in the clouds has gone. It hasn't quite popped over the hills there in the background, so we haven't got any harsh light. So we've still got about an hour worth of good light before it gets too contrasty and too warm. So we're going to start with my first lemon shot here on the Sorrento sign. Now I'm not going to comment on every single orange and lemon that I see. I'm just going to flash up the counters here at the top of the screen. So you make up your mind who you think's going to win. That brings the challenge to an end, and there was only ever going to be one winner. With the amount of lemons there are in this area, every shop that you see is just loaded with lemons. I think the oranges gave a good fight, but it was always going to be the lemons as a winner. Taking holiday photographs is a lot about luck and just exploring. I've come across this little cove right at the end of Sorrento that's off the beaten track that possibly a lot of people don't even discover. It takes a little bit of extra walking, but it's certainly been worth it. So when you're on holiday, take the time to just do that extra little bit of exploring, and quite often you'll be rewarded. So what I'll do now is I'll leave you with some of my favourite shots from the morning. So what a brilliant morning of photography I've had today. I found this lovely little cove that I wasn't expecting. I got the light in the clouds this morning as well, with that view over the Bay of Naples, and I've taken some panoramas, so I'm really looking forward to getting those back in the camera. And that's what's so special about photography and what is so exciting. When you just make the effort, you get rewarded nearly every single time. And we've also got the challenge to think about as well. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to let me know down below in the comments, or nip over to my Instagram account, that's @Oakden Leave me your comments there, and you can also see lots of my photographs. Now, if you like what I do on the channel and want to help support me to make future content like this, you can also nip over to my Teespring store. There I've got a range of merchandise on offer, like the t-shirt that I'm wearing now, so check out the link down below. There's lots of new designs as well, so it's really worth going and having a little look, and it does really help me out. And you can also click the super thanks button down below. But you don't have to spend any money at all to support the channel. You can do that simply by clicking like, subscribe and the bell notifications, because that really helps me out and it makes sure that you don't miss out on any future content. Watch out for next week's video, that goes live on Sunday. In the meantime, go and check out this video just up here. But all that's left now is to say stay safe, and I'll see you soon.